James Cameron's first Avatar film was released in 2009 and told the story of a paraplegic Marine dispatched to the moon Pandora on a unique mission, who becomes torn between following his orders and protecting the world he feels is his home. So, stay tuned and don't go away, because we're about to reveal Avatar 2 trailers and release date rumors. First up, why so many delays? You're about to find out. It's been 13 years since the first film of James Cameron's Avatar franchise was released in theaters, and fans are eagerly anticipating the sequel. And believe it or not, there are actually 4 sequels in the works for the Avatar franchise. There have been some significant delays, even before the COVID pandemic struck, but you can expect the sequel to be coming out soon. The most recent delay to Avatar 2 came in July of 2022. However, you can rest assured that the sequel is finally hitting theaters next year, so you'll once again be able to revisit the magnificent splendor that the world of Pandora has to offer. And for now, James Cameron is working on other planned Avatar sequels. You'll need some patience for the other sequels though, because they'll most likely take years to complete. Cameron had originally hoped to release Avatar 2 in 2014. However, he needed to develop new technology in order to film performance capture scenes underwater, which led to major delays. And for the other sequels, the crew needed additional time to work on the writing, pre-production, and visual effects stages of the production process. But you'll be happy to know that Avatar 2 is slated to drop in theaters on December 16th, 2022. Next up, what separates Avatar films from the rest of the pack? Let's find out. On March 3rd, 2022, Steve Asbell, president of 20th Century Studios, was asked if Avatar 2 would premiere in theaters in 2022. And with conviction, he replied, "Yes, it will." According to Asbell, Avatar 2 is going to blow people away, and that viewers are not ready for what Jim Cameron is doing. One of the film's most recent delays was caused by a production stoppage due to the global pandemic. This includes both the live-action filming in New Zealand and the virtual production work based out of LA. In September of 2020, Cameron announced that he and the crew were 100% complete on Avatar 2 and nearly 100% complete on Avatar 3. Cameron is most likely referring to the live-action filming in New Zealand and not the complete film itself. Like the original Avatar film, Avatar 2 requires a ton of virtual production and visual effects. So this explains why the release schedule was pushed to 2022. Cameron said, "Now that doesn't mean I have an extra year to finish the film, because the day we deliver Avatar 2, we'll just start working on finishing Avatar 3. Most of the work involved in these films occurs in the post-production process. That's how Avatar accomplishes its stunning, never-before-seen visuals that wows audiences." Cameron is doing things that have never been done in cinema and is constantly pushing boundaries. Up next, when will other Avatar sequels be released? Let's take a look. 3 other Avatar sequels will be released every other year after Avatar 2, all the way until Avatar 5 on December 22nd, 2028. The tentative release dates for Avatar 3 and Avatar 4 are December 20th, 2024 and December 18th, 2026, respectively. For now, the sequels are only being referred to as Avatar 2, Avatar 3, etc. Cameron and 20th Century Fox haven't announced their official titles yet. In November of 2018, however, the BBC reported the sequel could be called Avatar: The Way of Water, Avatar: The Seed Bearer, Avatar: The Tulkun Rider, and Avatar: The Quest for Awa. Cameron confirmed that the titles, like the release dates, are purely tentative. And here's what we know about the plot of Avatar 2. Cameron recently hinted at some details of the plot of Avatar 2 and said that the film will deal with familial and imprisonment themes. Cameron pointed out that the films will stand on their own, meaning if you missed the original film, you'll still be able to thoroughly enjoy the sequels. Executive producer John Landau also said, "Each movie is a standalone movie that we would want to go see. You don't need to have seen the first Avatar to see Avatar 2. It sits there, and we're gonna take people on a visual and an emotional journey that comes to its own conclusion." Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're revealing everything you need to know about Avatar 2. Next up, which time period will Avatar 2 be set in? You're about to find out. Avatar 2 will take place 12 years after the events of the first Avatar film. Neytiri has been promoted to High Priestess. Sully is now the clan chief, and he and Neytiri settled down and started a family. It's also been revealed that they'll be journeying beyond the forests of Pandora and into underwater and volcanic environments. And according to Cameron, these environments will both amaze and frighten audiences at the same time. Avatar 2 film motion capture scenes and sequences underwater in order to capture the importance of water. And if there's one thing we know about Cameron, it's that he has an obsession with water and the sea as a whole. Cameron opened up about what he and his production crew are doing, and it's highly technical, so it's best to hear it from Cameron himself. Cameron explained, "It's never been done before, and it's very tricky, because our motion capture system, like most motion capture systems, is what they call an optical base, meaning that it uses markers that are photographed with hundreds of cameras. The problem with water is not the underwater part, but the interference between the air and the water, which forms a moving mirror. That moving mirror reflects all the dots and markers, and it creates a bunch of false markers. It's a little bit like a fighter plane dumping a bunch of chaff to confuse the radar system of a missile. It creates thousands of false targets, so we've had to figure out how to get around that problem, which we did." Up next, who will return to the sequel? Let's find out. According to plot details, the RDA, which is the invading human military force that brought Jake Sully to Pandora in the first Avatar film, is returning to invade Pandora once again. During a recent interview, Landau shared details about Jake and Neytiri's mixed species family, which includes 3 Na'vi children, a child named Loak will be played by actor Britton Dalton. Neteyam will be played by the actor Jamie Flatters, and Tuktiri will be played by actor Trinity Bliss. The couple adopted a human son named Miles Sirocco, also known as Spider, and actor Jake Champion will play the role of Miles. In July of 2021, concept artist Dylan Cole released some concept art photos on his Insta account, and we gotta say the photos look pretty wild. In the photos, we're able to see a violent storm at sea on Pandora, and 3 of the images show a Na'vi riding hard on some type of sea creature or monster through rough, massive waves. The core cast of the original Avatar will return in the sequels because most of them are all on contract. Sam Worthington is set to reprise his role as the human-turned-Na'vi, Jake Sully, and Zoe Saldana will return as Na'vi Princess Neytiri. Saldana, now 43, is the biggest star to come out of Avatar and went on to become a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And actor Stephen Lang is set to return as the dead Colonel Miles Quaritch. Quaritch will be the main villain in all 4 of the sequels, and Cameron said, "Stephen was so memorable in the first film, we're privileged to have him back." I'm not gonna say exactly how we're bringing him back, but it's a science fiction story after all. Finally, did Zoe Saldana cry after watching the first 20 minutes of Avatar 2? Zoe Saldana got choked up after watching the first 20 minutes of the second installment, was left speechless, and moved to tears. Apparently, James Cameron is also a big crier and was deeply moved by Avatar 2. In a recent interview, Saldana opened up about the fact that Cameron was able to accomplish something quite remarkable that he had been working on for several years. Saldana explained Jim was finally able to crack that challenge, that whole thing that you can't imitate water virtually through performance capture. That was just a challenge that he had taken up upon himself, and it took him years, and he did it. He did it. It's powerful, it's compelling. He also has a very delicate heart, which is why he protects it so much, and I think that he's able to have an outlet through the stories that he creates. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely dying to see Avatar 2. A trailer for the film is slated to drop on May 6, 2022, and it will give us the first glimpse of a film that millions around the world are dying to see. And not to mention, we still have several other sequels to look forward to in the years to come. If there's one thing we know about James Cameron, it's that he's an absolute perfectionist who won't hesitate to spend years and millions of dollars working on his projects. That's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching.